In this video, I will show you some tips in how we can find and create architectural symbols and also illustration elements. So I went online and searched for various images. I searched for with the words architecture symbol, construction symbols, patterns, landscape, etc. And there's actually quite an interesting amount of material you can find. For example, actual templates, which are fine when you work exactly to a scale where this template will work, which is why I do not have any of these templates. More simplified versions of furniture or elements, more detailed. Lighting, electrical symbols, doors, materials. So you can find really a lot. Human figures, trees. And if you don't know how to draw something, I mean, just go and Google it. Find some references. This is, for example, a really interesting page because it shows various ways how something could be illustrated. Because again, we are not creating pretty drawings. We are creating informative visuals. So if I would like to get, let's say, a human figure into another drawing, let's say into this elevation view, then I could, for example, go to here. I will put this onto a lower transparency. Maybe lock this layer, go to sketching. And as you can see here, in terms of human figures, I selected various examples just to show you something that's more realistic, something that feels more coming out of the fashion world, something that seems more architecture, very stylized. And speed is really important now how we draw something. If I draw something slow or if I draw something fast, you see how the fast stroke is much more interesting. So let's say here, I want to recreate this. Okay, so fearless sketching. Just do it. Don't overthink it. Very often, by working too careful, we simply make stuff too boring. There I am. There's number one. Here's maybe another person. And you see how fast I'm putting down the strokes. That's really key to it. Don't aim for perfection. Aim for a nice illustrative look. When we have something like here, or this is more uniform, okay, maybe then let's try this one out. Here, okay. So I just draw this one more, but you see when I draw slow, my hand will shake. So maybe have a little bit of a curve smoothing turned on, not too much. This really can help us a lot to get a nice edge. Very interesting feat. There. Okay. Let me try to draw this one more time, also fast, just so we can compare. There. Okay. Very good. Now you see the head is actually a little bit different. The strokes then I drew not fast enough to really make the pen look much different. But if we, let's say here, we compare the figures on the right to the figure on the left, now you can see the difference. Not saying necessarily that the figure we have here is not bad. This works. It's just the stroke is simply different. So when we have something like this and we like it, we can select it, make a copy, go to the document. There we are. I'll make a new layer. For example, here, this layer I call humans. And I want to paste it in. So import, there's my clipboard. There it is. Now scale turn on, rotate off, scale this up. You see how now we can position it. We just need to figure out what's actually the proper scale here. We can do this very easily. So let's say 6 feet by and 4 inches, so 12 multiplied by 6, 72, 76 inches. Okay, very good. So let's draw a line. There we are, 76. So this is actually our measurement line inside this base. Okay, so they're too tall. Now we can scale them down. Okay, very good. Now you see how this works. Because again, this is concepts. If, for example, the line weight, since we scaled it down, is too small or too big, that's just a cool thing. We can adjust literally everything. Or in case this type of a pen we don't want, maybe fixed width, so it's nice and even. Should maybe be a pencil. Again, that's the main reason why I really like working with this program, because it gives you so much flexibility to adjust everything afterwards. We can scale in, maybe give the whole thing some hatching or so, just some three-dimensionality. Yeah. Okay, so now for example how we can do a human figure. Then what do we do with other elements? So we can draw them right in here, or now we can go to a board like here again, say for the doors, etc., or the type of window. Now everything we can find. This space has glass brick windows and just some basic doors. So let's say we just use this as a quick example. I'll set this to this, check. There's my line. Now I would like to draw an arc, so maybe a little bit smaller. There. Could maybe select the line, smooth it a little bit more. Keep it like this. So very quickly drawn. I could also, if I want to be more precise, but be aware of this will then take more time. Oh, that's funny. Actually, it's the correct size. You can also use an arc or a circle template, plot it. We make a copy of this, then we go back to here and paste this in. Very good. Let's make a we link link it so we can't take it apart. Select this, so rotate and scale, snap, there. Just make it fit. We would like this to flip there. Very good. And let's assume we would have this then somewhere else. I'm going to just make a copy. Put this to somewhere else where we have more doors. So in this case, this is where I put the second element to. This is not where we have a door, but just as an idea. So this is just one possible way how you could work. Now here in my case now I would, instead of putting this onto the layer humans, this would be maybe put onto the layer door, window, etc. So give this all logical names. That's the beauty of working with layers. We can very easily then sort, show, hide everything via linking objects. It's very easy to select a piece, make a copy without having to select all the elements. So it's like drawing by hand or drafting by hand, just digitally more guided. I could obviously also bring all these images I have here right into that illustration too. I simply kept this one here in one image, simply kind of like a, I don't want to say an inspirational board. For this video, this is actually very useful to show different ways how trees could be styled. Doors and all the stuff that's more standardized anyway. But we could spread out. This is actually set to just an artboard. We can go to infinite. Now this is an infinite space, so I could really nicely add more inspirational references to or symbols to trace over when it's too difficult to just draw it by hand. It's just much easier when I have a toilet here. Okay, I would like to draw this toilet, so I could go ahead. I actually have my ellipse template still turned on, so there it is. Let's make this a little bit smaller, bring this in, there it is. You see how wonderfully useful this process is. And go here and maybe a tick too big there, and then the rest we simply do via straight lines. Now there's my toilet sketch then, or symbol. I can select all this and group it and then copy it into the next one. Okay, that's basically it. Just as an idea how we could use reference images which we brought into one concepts page. If you don't know about all the symbols or you want to have stylistical examples, then we sketch over and bring those via the clipboard into the drawings where we need them.